Hello and welcome to Mouse in the Mitten Trivia Pod, a podcast where you can test your Disney trivia knowledge over a variety of topics. My name's Court and I will be your host. Our game will consist of 5 rounds of 6 questions covering everything from your basic Disney knowledge to some unknown facts. Each question is worth 1 point unless otherwise noted. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Mouse in the Mitten. If you're watching us over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and in the comments, let us know what your score is. Now, there's always things going on in Disney, always plans changing, and always new things popping up. If you need a little bit of help navigating those waters and you want someone to help you make sure that you get the most out of your Disney vacation, feel free to reach out to me. Email me and I will get you all taken care of, all set up. Make sure you have the most magical vacation you can. All you got to do, email me at mouseinthemitten@gmail.com. We can get you all taken care of. Well, today we're going to talk about a couple of different anniversaries, and we're going to start off right off the bat with one of my all-time favorite roller coasters, and that is Big Thunder Mountain. We're going to talk about the history of Big Thunder Mountain, talk a little bit about what makes it so great, and talk about how it became one of my favorite rides. So let's get started with question number 1. You can find Big Thunder Mountain in Disneyland, Disney World, Disneyland Paris, and Tokyo Disneyland. What park is the only park that doesn't have Big Thunder in Frontierland? Question number 2. Within 2, what year did the first Big Thunder open in Disneyland? Question number 3. Billy is the name of what character seen while riding Big Thunder Mountain? Question number 4. What Imagineer came up with the idea for Big Thunder? Question number 5. In Disneyland, what ride did Big Thunder replace? And question number 6. According to one study, what can riding Big Thunder help someone accomplish? All right, I'm gonna give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. Give you some answers here on Big Thunder. So question number 1. You can find Big Thunder Mountain in Disneyland, Disney World, Disneyland Paris, and Tokyo Disneyland. What park is the only park that doesn't have Big Thunder in Frontierland? Well, that is Tokyo Disneyland. Now, technically, it's in Western Land, which is technically the same as Frontierland. It just has a different name. It does have some of the similar attributes that you can find in Frontierland at Disneyland, Disney World, and Disneyland Paris, but it is a little bit of a different name. Question number 2. Within 2, what year did the first Big Thunder open in Disneyland? Well, that would be September 2nd, 1979. So in order to get the point there, would have had to say between 1977 and 1981. After Space Mountain and the great success that it had, Disney wanted to add another roller coaster. Big Thunder was definitely a good fit and definitely fits into the theme of Disney. Question number 3. Billy is the name of what character seen while riding Big Thunder Mountain? Well, he is a goat. If you know Billy Goat, and obviously that makes a little more sense. But yeah, he's the goat with the stick of dynamite in his mouth. Sometimes it's easy to see him, sometimes it's not. There's a trick where you're supposed to like lock eyes with him. He's supposed to make you feel like you're going faster. Big Thunder only goes 35 miles per hour. So I guess by looking at the goat, it makes you feel like you're going faster. I don't know. I every time I've tried it, I've felt the same sensations. So for me, it's just cool. It's a cool character that's part of the ride. Question number 4. What Imagineer came up with the idea for Big Thunder? Well, that is Tony Baxter, a legendary Disney Imagineer. He said that he came up with the idea while being stuck in traffic, and it was on his way home. Once he got home, he had the idea, and that's where Big Thunder was born. Question number 5. In Disneyland, what ride did Big Thunder replace? Well, it replaced the Mine Train through Nature's Wonderland. Now, depending on who you talk to, this is either a huge upgrade or a loss of a place in which you could have taken a great nap. But I don't know a ton about that ride. I never saw it, but again, depending on who you talk to, some say it was really cool, some say it was really boring, it needed to go. Either way, we got Big Thunder out of it. Last but not least, question number 6. According to one study, what can riding Big Thunder help someone accomplish? Well, it can help someone pass a kidney stone. Now, the study said that it could potentially help you. It doesn't say that it will. There is, I guess, potential that if you have a kidney stone, Big Thunder Mountain will help you to pass that kidney stone. Nothing has been definitive. It's been said that it's plausible, but I guess technically there are certain rides that could help you do that other than Big Thunder. I don't know. It's just one of those myths that has a study behind it. So, I mean, I guess I don't go to Disney for medical advice. Talk to your doctor first would be my piece of advice there. But again, one of my all-time favorite rides. It's always a must-do no matter when I go to Disney. I hope that it's on your list as well. Continuing on now into round number 2. Round number 2 is our Fast Facts round. This round is filled with simple questions that have simple answers. Today's category is the fishes of Disney. So we had been talking about the cats of Disney, the dogs of Disney. Today we're going to talk about the fish of Disney. For this round, I'm going to give you the name of a fish. You just have to tell me what movie are they from or TV show. We do have a TV show in here, but the majority of them are from movies. So let's get started here with question number 1. Flounder. Question number 2. Gill. Question number 3. Hank. Question number 4. Pudge. Question number 5. Felicia Day. And question number 6. Cloak and Dagger. So yeah, some well-known fish here. There are some where you might be going, who? That's a Disney fish? Yeah, we'll talk about them. Question number 1 though. Flounder, well, he is from The Little Mermaid. He is Ariel's friend, goes on all these different expeditions to try to get new things from the shipwrecks, all that sort of stuff. So Flounder is from The Little Mermaid. Question number 2. Gill, he is from Finding Nemo. He is the other fish that's in the tank that's from the ocean and is trying to get back into the ocean. And I think he got there. They were in their bags. I don't know if they were end up being able to get out of their bags, but they were at the end of the movie able to get there. It's kind of a cool little nugget of information there. Spoiler alert, I guess, as well. Though at this point, if you haven't seen it, sorry. Question number 3. Hank, well, he is from Finding Dory. He is the octopus that, like Gill, is trying to get out, but finds himself helping Dory more than getting out himself. Question number 4. Pudge, well, Pudge is from Lilo and Stitch, and if you didn't know, Pudge controls the weather, and he must have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because tuna. Don't give Pudge the fish tuna. If you don't know why, if you can't make that connection, good luck. Question number 5. Felicia Day, that is from Fish Hooks, a very short-lived animated series that was on Disney. Not a lot of information, but just a cool name nonetheless. Last but not least, question number 6. Cloak and Dagger, well, they are from The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea. They were stingrays, and they worked together. That's all that I got for you on them. I have not seen Little Mermaid 2 in a long time. Barely remember them, but I do know that they are in there. And what kind of a name is better for 2 stingrays than Cloak and Dagger? That is fantastic. And again, kind of capstoning there with Little Mermaid on both the top and the bottom. But hopefully you enjoy that as we talked about fish. Continuing on now into round number 3. Round number 3 is our Connecting the Circles. For this round, I'll be asking you 5 questions that may or may not be Disney related. But the answers do relate somehow through Disney, and that's going to be your 6th and final question is, what is that connection? So let's get started here with question number 1. What 6-letter word means the condition of being protected from or unlikely to cause danger, risk, or injury? Question number 2. What 10-letter adjective means too powerful to be defeated or overcome? Question number 3. When someone makes a strategy in advance, especially in a vacation, politics, or business, they sometimes call that what well-known 2-word phrase? Question number 4. Augusta is typically a male name that can be shortened to what 3-letter name? Question number 5. Denzel Washington, Will Patton, Donald Faison, Hayden Panettiere, Kate Bosworth, and Ryan Gosling all have appeared together in what movie? And question number 6 is, what is that connection? I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, see if you can come up with that connection, and then I will return. All right, let's see if we can connect those circles. So question number 1. What 6-letter word means the condition of being protected from or unlikely to cause danger, risk, or injury? Well, that is a safety. That is known as safety. That is, you're protecting someone, you're keeping them safe. That is safety. Question number 2. What 10-letter adjective means too powerful to be defeated or overcome? Well, that is invincible. They say, something's invincible or someone's invincible. It means that they are very powerful. It's going to be hard to bring them down, hard to overcome them, but that is invincible. Question number 3. When someone makes a strategy in advance, especially in a vacation, politics, or business, they sometimes call that what well-known 2-word phrase? They sometimes call that a game plan. They're trying to figure out a plan for what to do next. They're trying to strategize. They're trying to make sure everything's organized, ready to go, to make sure everything goes well, whether that's business, politics, or a Disney vacation, which if you need a little bit of help with that, feel free to reach out. But having a game plan does help to make things a little bit easier in a lot of different settings. Question number 4. Augusta is typically a male name that can be shortened to what 3-letter name? Well, that is Gus. 3 letters, G-U-S, Augusta, Augustus, can be shortened to just Gus. Question number 5. Denzel Washington, Will Patton, Donald Faison, Hayden Panettiere, Kate Bosworth, and Ryan Gosling all have appeared together in what movie? Well, that is Remember the Titans. Now, a lot of them, those actors, were kind of up and coming. Everyone kind of knew Denzel Washington. Everyone kind of knew Will Patton. But a lot of them were up and coming. Not very many people had heard of Ryan Gosling at that point. Hayden Panettiere was a child actor at the time, starting to come into her own as a child actress. So Kate Bosworth, same thing. She was starting to kind of come into her own as well. But these are some of the big names in Remember the Titans, one of my all-time favorite movies. It is just fantastic. So question number 6 is, what is the connection? Well, we had answers such as safety, invincible, game plan, Gus, and Remember the Titans. The connection there, those are all Disney movies about football. Now, I am a big sports fan. I am wearing my Lions hat today as we have games starting this week. I am super excited. Cannot wait, especially seeing as so many people are picking my Lions to go to the Super Bowl, which blows my mind. But these are all some great football movies that are from Disney that can kind of get you in the spirit and get you excited for the upcoming season. Safety is a more recent story about a player from Clemson, how he had to raise his brother while also playing football and going to Clemson. It's a really cool story. Invincible is about Vince Papale, has Mark Wahlberg in it, and how Vince Papale made the Eagles team in the 70s. You have Game Plan, that is a movie that stars The Rock, in which he's a quarterback for a professional football team, finds out he has a daughter and is trying to raise that daughter. Gus, we've talked about Gus in the past. A lot of brilliant comedians, some legendary comedians, but in short, it's a donkey from Yugoslavia who can kick field goals. There's the summary. And then Remember the Titans, I've obviously talked about it. That's one of my all-time favorite Disney movies, all-time favorite movies in general. It is a classic. But again, college football is officially rolling. NFL starts this week. If you need some excitement to start bubbling and brewing, hopefully some of these movies will get you excited. Continuing on into round number 4. Round number 4 is typically reserved for movie anniversaries. This week is not one of those movie anniversaries, though. We are going to talk about an anniversary of something else Disney related. And that's because last week we saw the anniversary of the startup of a very iconic series, and that is the Kingdom Keepers series. This is a series of books that are geared kind of towards teens, young adults, that all talk about some adventures that could happen inside the parks after the sun goes down and after the parks close. It's really fun. I'm excited because I want to get into it, and I should be getting my copies of the first 5 books here literally any day. I'm super excited to start reading them. But all these questions have to do with Kingdom Keepers, so let's get started here with question number 1. Within 2, what year did the first Kingdom Keepers Disney After Dark come out? Question number 2. Who is the author of all the Kingdom Keepers books? Question number 3. In Kingdom Keepers, who is the leader of the DHI group? Question number 4. What does DHI stand for? Question number 5. What is the title of the spin-off series and currently has 3 books? And question number 6. Which of the following is not a subtitle of Kingdom Keepers? Is it A, Shell Game, B, Power Play, or C, Legacy of Secrets? All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. Let's give you some answers here on the Kingdom Keepers. So question number 1. Within 2, what year did the first Kingdom Keepers Disney After Dark come out? Well, it came out in 2005. So in order to get the point there, what I had to say between 2003 and 2007. Specifically, August 29th, 2005. So again, anniversary was last week. Since then, a lot more books have come out. We are in, like I said, there's already a spinoff, and then a second spinoff is also in the works as well. Question number 2. Who is the author of all the Kingdom Keepers books? That is Ridley Pearson. Now, the rumor is, Ridley's been writing for a long time. And his works are very well documented all the way back into the 80s. And I guess rumor is he went through the Disney parks with a friend of his, and his friend worked at Disney, and he envisioned a series in which he would write about all these things that happened after Disney closed. And he actually asked for permission to stay the night in a couple of parks after it was closed. And apparently Disney originally said no. But a week later they said, yes, you can. He used it as research. He continues to use it as research and continues to write about it in these awesome books. Question number 3. In Kingdom Keepers, who is the leader of the DHI group? Well, that is Lawrence Finnegan Finn Whitman. So if you had said Finn, if you had said his full name, either way, give yourself the points there. He is the leader of the group, and he is the one who everyone looks to as well. Question number 4. What does DHI stand for? Well, it stands for Disney Hosts Interactive. Now, everyone that kind of goes into these parks, they're all holograms. It kind of plays into what we talked about earlier about how Ridley Pearson wasn't allowed to go into the parks. So found a way around it to be able to kind of defeat these different villains and that sort of stuff. And it's mainly through holograms. It's kind of a really cool concept, a really cool idea as well. Question number 5. What is the title of the spin-off series and currently has 3 books? Well, that is The Return. So right now, there are 7 books in the main Kingdom Keeper series. There are now 3 spin-offs in The Return. And again, there's another series as well that's in the works as well. Last but not least, question number 6. Which of the following is not a subtitle of Kingdom Keepers? Is it A, Shell Game, B, Power Play, or C, Legacy of Secrets? That is C, Legacy of Secrets. That is actually a book in the Return series. The other two, Shell Game and Power Play, are part of the Kingdom Keeper series. You have Kingdom Keepers After Dark, you have Kingdom Keepers, I believe it's like As the Sun Rises or Before the Sun Rises, something along those lines, and then Shell Game, Power Play, and a couple other ones as well. But again, I'm super excited to dive into these. Super excited once I found out about these to kind of dive into them, kind of see Disney from a little bit of a different aspect. I know it's above my reading level, but at the same point, I just want to get back into reading. I feel like these are going to be the perfect stepping stone to do that, along with some other Disney books as well. Wrapping up today's game, round number 5 is going to be dedicated to another anniversary, this time a theme park anniversary in Disney Seas. So Disney Seas is a great park. It is a wish list park for me for sure, but all these questions have to do with the anniversary, have to do with that park. So let's get into it with question number 1. What country is the location of Disney Sea, the second Disney park in that country? Question number 2. Within 2, what year did Disney Sea open? Question number 3. Instead of lands, what does Disney Sea have? Question number 4. The newest area in Disney Sea opened this past June, Fantasy Springs. Name 2 of the 3 areas themed after Disney movies in the new area. Question number 5. Disney Sea has the version of Small World in their park. The biggest difference is the song that is played throughout the ride. Instead of It's a Small World, the song Compass of Your Heart is played. Compass of Your Heart was composed by what modern Disney songwriter and producer? Question number 6. Originally, plans for Disney Seas were discussed starting in 1987. What Disney World park was the park originally supposed to be similar to when plans first started? All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. Let's get some answers here on Disney Sea. So question number 1. What country is the location of Disney Sea, the second Disney park in that country? It is in Japan, and it's actually not too far. It's kind of a similar situation as what's going on in Disneyland out in California, where they're basically right next to each other. You can kind of see the other park a little bit, but they are still seen as 2 separate parks, the way that Disneyland and California Adventures are. Question number 2. Within 2, what year did Disney Seas open? Well, it opened on September 4th, 2001. So in order to get the point there, what I had to say between 1999 and 2003. One of the things that really made Disney Sea kind of struggle a little bit was literally a week later, we had September 11th, and there was a giant fear, not just in the United States, but around the world, of flying in general. So for a little bit there, it took a little bit to get Disney Sea off the ground. It's still kind of recovering from that even all this time later, but it is still a fantastic park, and they're definitely doing a lot with it to make it even more awesome every single year. Question number 3. Instead of lands, what does Disney Seas have? Well, they have Port of Calls. Now, some of them do have similar names to the lands that we have in other Disney parks, but they don't call them lands. They call them Port of Calls, much like you would see when you're on a cruise or on a boat, something like that. They go to Port of Calls on that trip. Same idea. Question number 4. The newest area in Disney Seas opened in this past June, Fantasy Springs. Name 2 of the 3 areas themed after Disney movies in that new area. Well, in order to get the point there, you would have had to say 2 of these 3. Either Peter Pan, Tangled, or Frozen. Frozen was kind of the one that took the cherry on top, if you will. A lot of people were super excited about it. Josh Gad went there. A lot of promotions for Frozen. I'm excited for Tangled. It's one of my wife's all-time favorite movies. Plus, to have a boat ride with all the lanterns, oh, it would just be so cool. And that's one of the reasons why I would love to go to Disney Seas, to see this part, plus some of the other attractions there as well. Question number 5. Disney Sea has the version of Small World in their park. The biggest difference is the song that is played throughout the ride. Instead of It's a Small World, the song Compass of Your Heart is played. Compass of Your Heart is composed by what modern Disney songwriter and producer? That is Alan Menken. So yeah, we know that It's a Small World was made by the Sherman Brothers, who are legendary in their own right. So why not bring in another legendary Disney composer to write a new song for It's a Small World? Alan Menken's your guy. Has written pretty much every song, or has some fingerprints on almost every song released since 1989's Little Mermaid, with the exception of The Lion King, but he still, I guess, had a little bit of help with that as well. But when it comes to modern day Disney songwriting, Alan Menken's your guy. Last but not least, question number 6. Originally, plans for Disney Seas were discussed starting in 1987. What Disney World park was the park originally supposed to be similar to when plans first started? Well, it was supposed to be another MGM Studios. Now, when they built the original Tokyo Disneyland, they wanted literally a carbon copy of California's Disneyland in Tokyo, and they made it a reality. And right after that park opened, they wanted to open a second park. And that's when discussions started happening, and that's when they were also starting to build MGM Studios. So they're like, we want another one of those. Well, plans ended up stalling out. They ended up kind of putting that on the back burner, and then once plans started talking again, they decided to go a completely different direction, and that's where we get Disney Sea. So a cool little story there, but definitely it's on my list of Disney parks I want to go see, just to see it's another cool park and to see the Disney legacy all around the world. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in this week. I will return next Thursday with more questions and more fun. Make sure you're following us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mouse in the Mitten. If you're watching us over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up, and in the comments down below, let us know what your score is. If you're not watching us on YouTube, instead, if you're listening to us, make sure you follow us on Apple. Make sure you download us wherever else you can. Leave a 5-star review wherever you can as well. It would really help out the show. And again, planning a Disney vacation has a lot of different things that go into making it fantastic. If you need a little bit of help with that, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to be able to help you out. Make sure it's the most magical vacation that it could possibly be. Well, my name's Court. The dog's name is Milo. I appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you next time.